Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Okay. Seems like my GPU fan really doesn't want to be here. It's making weird noises again, but like we always do, just gonna ignore it and move on, you know? I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, let's get right into it. Hang on. This gonna load properly? Yep, there we go. Continue. Unmute. And here we are. This is where we left off. Still got to find some things for a car haul today. That'll be the main goal. Along with, as usual, trying to drive 100 kilometers. Try to do 100 kilometers per stream. That's not always achievable, but we do our best, and that's what matters. There's quite a few rocks around. There has been a few updates, actually. I'm not sure if we can check the patch notes. We'll keep this in the inventory for now. We'll check the patch notes. Auto run setting. Player damage direction indicator. Taking damage now only shows the HP bar instead of all of them. Added restart and new start button when pressing exit. New start and restart. I wonder what those do. Restart, same map, same seed. New start, same map. New seed, okay. Interesting. Computer on the FPS dungeon map spawns further away from the start. Okay, the rest is FPS dungeon stuff, which we might look into on another stream. If we do another long drive Counter-Strike challenge or something. That was quite fun. Look at this roadblock. Can we sneak around? Yep, sure can. If you're watching this on the VOD, which I don't think anyone does, but if you are, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you enjoy the stream. No, it's a bit late for most people, so there might not be it might not be super active. Gonna be a bit more of a quiet stream, you know? Quiet stream as the car does like 7 somersaults in a row. And lands on its roof. Thank you. Right, now, headlights. May as well just push this back onto its wheels and then drive to them. A lot of window audio today. Might have to turn the radio on to drown that out, or it's stalled. Try and keep the engine on for as long as possible. Still love this Vaz number plate. Perfect match. Because this car is a Vaz. Did it bounce there?
Hello, Moto.
Hello, Shazaklar. Welcome to the stream. How you going, Shaz? That's good to hear. Congrats, you're the first one on today. We're just doing some long driving as usual. Oh. Something interesting, well, not really interesting and more annoying. I've mentioned the new video camera I bought a few days ago, well, last week now, and how I was stupid and connected it backwards and blew up a fuse inside, and now I need to replace that fuse, so I ordered some replacement fuses a week ago, and they're still not here. New meaning from 1985, I will admit, so not terribly new, but new to me, we'll say. And new as in hardly used. Fuses in a camera? Yep, in this one. There's one fuse, which pretty much saved the entire thing, hopefully. Because I connected the positive and negative up backwards when I was messing around with it. And that fuse blew up. And I'm hoping that fuse has protected all the other delicate circuitry from also blowing up. Yes, I ordered a fuse and it's not here yet. We've got another Roadrunner moment here. We'll have to go around the mountain. But it's really strange because they said the fuses were coming from Australia. But that only usually takes like 3 days, and it's been 4 days, not counting the weekend, so maybe there's a bit of a slowdown. They're a weird value. I think they're 125 volts and 630 milliamps. That was kind of hard to track down. I had to go for 250 volts at 630 milliamps. And from what I've read, the voltage shouldn't really affect it. That's just the level at which the fuse can blow safely. So, when those arrive, I'll probably reassemble that camera on stream and see if it works. But until then, we're still waiting. And I'm still kicking myself for being so dumb as to connect it up backwards. So that camera is tilted a bit. The camera you're actually seeing here isn't the one, obviously, because yeah, the one that needs fuses won't work without them. So that's a little life story. Must also apologize for the lack of streams for the past few days. Been busy with real life stuff. Yesterday I took a whole bunch of aluminium cans to the place where you get the deposit, and that was quite fun. Because you have to sort them by hand, like into aluminium and glass and plastic and everything, and it's very therapeutic. Oh, rock. They made 56 Australian dollars from that, so that's nice. That's several months of collecting aluminium cans from around the apartment building. Got a few other projects underway as well that I'll probably touch on if more people join the stream, because yeah, right now I'm just saying everything to basically just Shaz and the people watching on the VOD, and I'll probably have to repeat myself later if other people join, so I might just wait for a bit. Ooh. Check this out. There it is again. This feels like... It feels much more common than it should be, this little incident. Then there's the question of which came first, the mesa or the road? Has the road been there for so long that the rocks just formed on top of it? Or did someone go around building roads leading directly into them for fun? Whoop. I guess speedrun news as well. The 10 kilometer percent category has been seeing a lot of action recently. I'm thinking about trying to set a run in that category at some point. Not really in a speedrunning mood recently though, so might be a while. Thought for sure that would be a rollover, but nope. Seems like the long drive gods are being kind to us today. Kind-ish. Kinder than usual, we'll say at least. Something that's become kind of apparent is long grass biomes are quite rare in this build of the game. Wonder why that could be. That was my fault. I was too busy admiring the player model in the mirror. Rookie long drive mistake, I know. Alright, let's pinch that cactus out. Nice. Whack that back in. And away we go again. They don't mean to do that. That sort of just happened. And we're driving up on the ridge. Fuel stop. I think peaceful mode might be on at the moment, actually. Hag. Hag. You might take that. Now we're not really collecting them this time around. Cones? Very glitchy cones. Nice. Have a sleep. Oh, one sec. Just gotta do something real quick. Nice. Sorry, just had to send a message. Okay, we have well, this certainly looks like a road less traveled. Yeah, we'll stick to the regular one, I reckon. Ooh, shortcut time. Nice. Be careful about it though. Especially when there's rocks around, the shortcut can become a long cut very quickly. I wonder if we'll get a Christmas update for this game. This year. It kind of feels likely. Considering the frequent updates we've been getting recently, so who knows? Real OG long drive players, of which I am not one, will remember the original Christmas update years and years ago now. Everything was snowy. There were Christmas trees. Snowmen? Oh yeah, the snowmen. Good memories, good memories. Classic long drive music here. I believe this is Neon Synth Radio, isn't it? Yep, FM 98.4. Hope this is royalty free. Pretty sure it's all from the YouTube audio library, so it should be fine, but we shall see, I guess. This is a very good song. Well, really fits the theme of the game, in my opinion. That's where that went, in the back seat. Also, back seat's quite empty at the moment. Need to start collecting junk to pile in there. We have a garage. Check it out. Leave the engine running just in case. A fridge with nothing but a bar of chocolate, but I think hunger and thirst are turned off at the moment. Yeah, they are. Should turn them on, actually. Alcohol, water. Fill up the coolant. Do we need oil? Yeah, may as well top it up. Hmm. We can have a nice spare tire now. Should be... Actually, I reckon... I'm doing some advanced crafting here. This is serious stuff. Oop. I was trying to do something and accidentally reset the chat box. Hmm. Sorry, Shaz, if you're still around. Man. Forgot what I was looking for in here. Yes, a basket. That's what I need. Might not be one. Yep, there is no basket. Oh well. We'll have to take this with us and keep that in mind. I don't even know if anyone's on at the moment. Right, what's on the other stations? Ooh. Oh. Well, the headlights just exploded off. Oh, I think that's poetry.
You feel the eternity inside you. You feel like you could drive like this forever. Just
This feels like the Mice on the Car Radio kind of. Same vibes.
Sometimes slowly looking to the left, looking to the right.
That'll be a long poetry.
The landscape around you. But just with that swift calmness that you like so much, no sudden movements. You don't really think about anything. No past problems, nothing to worry about. Just giving yourself to the moment. The cacti, the grass, the rock fly by fast. But this fastness is good to watch.
The developer of this game has a really nice speaking voice.
Everything has fallen into its place. As you
Very
drive
relaxing.
along the road, you feel you become one with your car. You become one with the land, the world.
It's like it's trying to get us to fall asleep at the wheel.
Just remember, even in this apocalypse, you can find peace if you know where to look for it. This is Point Chill Radio on 100.5. What a nice day, my friends. Reading poems, talking to you guys. Seriously, I think our radio station is the best one. You know, why all the loud,
Love how all the
angry
radio
music?
stations are
Why all the
always in
noise?
constant feud.
Why all the nasty jokes and uninteresting topics on other radios? Like, what is that radio station called again? Yeah, chat till you die. I mean, how can you name your radio station
Like,
like that?
a good portion
Gives a name to a radio
of
station
all the
like
radio
that.
stations' programming
Name
is
so
just bad
dark
mouthing
and
each other.
has the word death in it. You know, this is just not fine. What is fine is a nice cup of sea Keef cafe. Okay, let's see our next
Okay.
poem.
Yeah, we'll skip this one. This building, I mean. This music better be royalty free.
By Emily Elizabeth Dickinson. A narrow fellow in the grass occasionally rides. You may have met him, did you not? His notice sudden is. The grass divides as with the calm. A spotted shaft is seen, and then it closes at your feet and opens further on. He likes a boggy acre, floor too cool for corn. Yet when a child and barefoot, I am more than once and more. Half past, I thought, a whiplash upbraiding in the sun. When stopping to secure it, it wrinkled and was gone. Several of nature's people I know, and they know me. I feel for them a transport of cordiality, but never met this fellow, attended or alone, without a tighter breathing and zero at the bow.
We'll check for fuel and things here. Ground seems to be a bit glitchy around buildings in this version.
Chill Radio 100.5.
Always forget which side the filler's on.
This is a real nice coffee. We here at Bone Chill Radio use the magnificent cafe brand, the Sea Keef Cafe. It is the most tasty cafe ever.
Wonder if that means we'll get coffee in this game at some point.
Reading a nice book, you know, reading poems, making love to your rubber wife, your wooden
Of course.
wife if you are old-fashioned like me.
The wooden wife.
Talking about old-fashioned, we have lots and lots of old poems we can read for you because these have no copyright protection on them.
Oh, nice.
So if you are home with your wife, be it rubber, wood, or a real one if you are the luckiest man on earth, or if you are driving in a post-apocalyptic desert in your Choda, your Tarba.
Choda. Skoda, but chode. What is a chode? Who knows?
Perfumes in a bower, through whom one feels what soul and hurt may mean, and their resistless power, eyes that commune with the frank skies of truth, where thought like starlight curls, lips of immortal rose where love and youth nestle like two sweet pearls. Hair that suggests the Bible braids of Ruth, deeper than any girl's. At first I saw you. 'Twas as if within my soul took shape some song, played by a master of the violin, a music pure and strong, that wrapped my soul above all earthly sin, to hates that know no wrong.
Oh.
Again have you today
Why is there music on my poetry radio station?
I can't have you.
Good song though.
It's too late. My heart is filled with sorrow.
Oh, a diner. They'll have a basket, hopefully. Don't roll, don't roll, stop rolling, stop rolling. There we go. Check this out. That's a familiar sight. Victor van. So you're like 3 buildings at once again. Kind of makes sense though. Bus stop. Wonder if one of these can go on the side. It looks super wrong. Another wheel. Not quite what we're after. We need a basket. Use this to break the box. Just a shotgun. That's got headlights, I'll take those. Giraffe. Yes, basket, just what we need. Perfect. Should be easy enough to attach it.
The Snake by Emily Elizabeth Dickinson.
Snake again?
A narrow fellow in the grass occasionally rides. You may have met him, did you not? His name is sudden is. The grass divides as with a
Cool.
comb. A spotted shaft is seen, and then it closes at your feet and opens further on. He likes a boggy acre, floor too cool for corn, yet when a channel
Turn
that
off
bears
collision.
I am more than once and more. Half past I thought a whiplash of
Okay, there we
the
go.
sun.
Perfect.
When stopping to secure it, it wrinkled and was gone. Several of nature's people I know have they
Nice.
I feel that transport
Anything else? No, I don't think so. This is one of the only buildings with broken windows, I think. The others are like totally intact.
tender hug. You know, a hug solves everything. I think even a vicious predator would calm down if you would just look into its eyes and hug it. And maybe it would hug you too. Trust me.
If you are getting hugged by a snake, something is definitely wrong.
An elephant, you're hugging a tree. I'm hugging a crocodile. Look into my eyes, full of smiles.
Definitely very wrong.
And hug the lies. Look at me, I don't tell any lies. Hug me now, hug the shrub.
Anyways, alright. Oh.
A Southern Girl by Madison Julius Cavain. Serious but smiling, stately and serene, and dreamier than a flower. A girl in whom all sympathies convene, as perfumes in a bower. Through whom one feels what soul and hurt may mean, and their resistless power. Eyes that commune
Penguin says, can we see the Lada damage? It's kind of a misnomer because the Lada is not actually damaged. It's a pun. Have you heard of the "that's a lot of damage" meme? Instead of "that's a lot of damage," that's a Lada damage. But the Lada does seem to be doing quite a bit of damage to its surrounding environment. Sorry. Anyways, how you going, penguins? Congratulations, you're the second person to join the stream and the first person to come here in like half an hour, I think. Chaz was here earlier, but I think they had to go do other things. I'm just happy to finally have someone to chat with again. Gets lonely, you know, out in the desert. Sort of nostalgic though. This is like a stream I would do in my first week after making my Twitch account, you know? In fact, I think it's the lowest the viewer number's ever been since then. Hey, check this out. Did a spare tire installation. That's stuck on there good and proper. And I clipped the basket into the boot lid so it looks like it's just stuck on. Pretty nice. I think that's probably the most exciting thing that's happened all stream. Which might explain why people don't stick around for this one. Which is fair enough, honestly. Oh. Now that is a lot of damage. Oh, it's just one headlight. Huh. Guess I was wrong. Rootman, hello, welcome to the stream. Wow, everyone's everyone's joining in now. Should stream later more often. How you going, Rootman? Ooh. Odometer, speedometer. Mana. Oh, all the way up there. At least it was still in the car. Cave Johnson, wow, yeah, everyone's joining in. I told you about the massively harder Curfew Omega recipe, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about that in Voices of the Void. It's like 6,000 points now or something you have to spend in order to get it working. And you have to go hunt for parts in the wilderness as well. From 13 items to 50, yeah. Rootman says, I'm good, thanks. Loving the new car, looking for excuses to go out. Ah, nice. Rootman has a new Golf, for those of you who don't know. A brand new Golf. You could craft a lot of the scrap you need if you went to T3. Probably. Or from like what's flying around the base at the start as well. Could be an interesting challenge, yeah. I think I'll give it a go sometime. Although I do have 3 already, which is kind of negates the point. Maybe we'll hunt for the other colors though, because there's a new white one, isn't there? Is that a new world record? Having the 3 means it's easier. Huh. Rootman, are you still in the phase of new car ownership? Where you're just super careful with everything? You polish the steering wheel every time you get home, that sort of thing? I was like that for a while, and my car was used. Okay, so there's, if you have 1 curfew already, then a lot of the stuff you need to work hard to get becomes available in the store. Ah, cool. Rox is right. We are in a very rocky biome. Ruban says to keep cleaning the bird crap off of it. Yeah, that's oh, the car owner's daily task, daily struggle. Unless you're lucky enough to have a garage or underground parking, which I do have underground parking because I'm in an apartment building. But then there's always the worry of it flooding. Check this out. 2 garages right next to each other. Okay, this is worth a screenshot, I reckon. Nice. Gotta keep talking over the wind audio again. You know, someone actually tracked down where the real life version of this building is. Which is pretty neat. Jej. G-E-J. Jej. We were listening to the poem station on the radio in the game earlier, which is kind of interesting. I kind of wonder if they'll ever make you grab the handles rather than just open it from anywhere. That'd be such a troll. I kind of hope they do that, honestly, although it is a little bit evil. Oh yeah, fun fact, this design would actually be illegal in most countries, of having the lights on the tailgate like this. Because then if you're driving with it open, which you normally don't need to do, but very rare circumstances, no one can actually see if you're braking or turning or anything, so that's why the vast majority of cars have an extra set of lights on the, what is this bit called? We'll just say the arse of the car as well. Welcome to the stream, Chicken King. Hope you're going well. And yep, there is a roof car, though it has nothing we need. Well, like in Long Drive, entirely lose the boot lid. Yeah, good point. I'm doing pretty well, thanks. It's been a bit of a quiet stream, but everyone seems to have shown up at once now, funnily enough. That's always how it seems to go, you know? I guess everyone wakes up at the same time, since a lot of my viewers are UK based. Ruman says, in the day here, you can still drive with no lights. What, like no indicators or anything? No brake lights? I thought it was like illegal in most places to drive without brake lights. Well, the more you know. Penguin says it's only 5:45 a.m. in the UK. It is 4:46 here. This is a really interesting and weird light bulb design. If you know anything about light bulbs, this will look very strange to you. Because it's got 4 filaments for some reason. Cave says 12:46 a.m. Easter Standard Time. Kev Johnson is the Easter Bunny confirmed? Yeah, I know you meant Eastern. Sorry, just teasing a bit. Hey, fun fact: here in Australia, we have an Easter Bilby instead of an Easter Bunny because most Australians really hate rabbits, and understandably so. Whack that in there. Roman says you can do that in Tasmania. Wow. Maybe I just live in a really strict state. Oh, oh no. Whereabouts am I? New South Wales. But I feel like most of Australia is pretty strict on that, except maybe like the Northern Territory and stuff. Oh yeah, got a question for everyone. This is something, actually. I'm right in saying you don't have reindeers pulling Santa's sleigh either. That's becoming more popular now, but traditionally in Australia it's kangaroos pulling Father Christmas's sleigh, because we don't call him Santa, we call him Father Christmas. Because I guess you call saints father for some reason. That is becoming less common though, because of a good old Americanization. I do have something cool to show you. One sec, I gotta launch a few programs. Does anyone here play Project Zomboid? Saint Nicholas. Yep. Does anyone here play Project Zomboid? I sort of do, but not really. I know Allback does. Cave says nope. Well then this might be not very impressive, but I have created the My Summer Car House in Project Zomboid. Using the building editor. Hang on, let me zoom out here. It's isometric, so you can't see much, but I'll hover over things so you can see the insides. Here's the living room. Drinking so they don't even have it yet. Here's the living room, and you can see we've got the TV. There's no large windows, so I had to just use 3 small ones. Got the fireplace, couches, table, pot plant, bookshelf. There is a chair on this tile here, but you can't see it because the bookshelf sort of covers the view. We have the parents' bedroom, which is pretty bland. The cupboard, which is even more bland, and you can see it's got the the grass floor. So I just used a green tile, well not tile, a green carpet for that, because I think that's what it's meant to be. Got the bathroom, which is larger than it is in the game, I think, but yeah. It's the only way I could fit both things in. Player bedroom, I'm thinking about putting a computer here. I've got the kitchen, the hallway here. This was kind of hard, because this table, because it's an outdoor table, it really didn't want to go inside, and that took a bit of wrangling. Got this little cupboard here. Got the this would be the laundry, shower, and the sauna. I'm proud of the sauna, even though that was quite simple to do. It looks yeah, surprisingly realistic. And of course, we've got the garage as well. No floor pit, sadly, because this game doesn't have basements or anything. Yeah, this was a fun project, and I'm thinking about doing other buildings as well, like Temo's shop, and maybe working on a fully custom My Summer Car map for Project Zomboid. Anyways, that's just a little something I wanted to show, not really related to Long Drive at all. Long Drive Diner, that is a possibility. I wonder, would you guys watch a stream of me just recreating buildings in Project Zomboid? Like Long Drive, My Summer Car buildings and such? I'd take requests, of course. Penguins probably would. That might be what we have to do tomorrow then. All Black's working on making the actual landscape, like the forests and everything. And I'm working on the buildings. And what's fun about this is in My Summer Car, the vast majority of buildings you can't actually go into. But we actually get to imagine what those buildings are like on the inside when making this, which is pretty neat. Jing Jing says, as long as I can make it, I would. Would you be able to make it around this time tomorrow or a bit earlier? If not, we can do it on the weekend or something. Is that like a special? Yeah, I think Project Zomboid is one of those one of those games where there's not much overlap with My Summer Car, like fan base wise. There definitely is some, and I think people would appreciate this. Penguin says from 4:30 p.m. your time will be around tomorrow, I am sure. I mean, I could also do it like early in the morning my time when Penguin's is getting home from work. Quinai. QNI. That might be better actually, given I think more people like to watch streams after work rather than before. Hang on. Is this... Huh? We've got like snap point options, but we can't attach it? That is odd. Yeah, maybe I'll do one early in my morning tomorrow, or I'm not sure if it would be early in my morning or late my night. We'll see. Okay. I've never had something spawn right here, almost blocking the entire door. That's kind of strange. A lot of bottles. Seems like someone was having a beer party. Ooh, tape measure. We're taking this tape measure. These things are so cool. Chicken King says, I would get Project Zomboid to help, but I don't have $30 to spare. No worries. I got it on special. And I will admit, I still haven't played it much. I just like the building abilities. What's cool, though, is you don't actually need Project Zomboid to make buildings for the game. You can just download a free program and do it that way. Hang on, how do I do this again? Retract. Ah, yes. This is kind of like the hook in Voices of the Void, but slightly worse. How many gigabytes is the game? Project Zomboid. Oh yeah, I forgot the tape measure gives you damage sometimes. I'll have to check. I think it's not too bad. I'm not sure if it's in the gigabytes or the megabytes. The programs you can download to do the editing aren't much at all, though. 6.8 gigs. Oh, wow, that's more than I expected. That's like what Voices of the Void is at the moment. Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with Project Zomboid, even more with my, even more than my summer car, because I really don't handle isometric games well, but it's such a good game. Yeah, I've never been good at isometric stuff. Perfectly stuck. Alright, push. Sorry if there's some, like, background noise through the microphone. It looks like there might be. I took the filter off the microphone a while ago. Not like the actual, physical filter, but like the software one. Because I was recording music through it. Not music I was playing, music that was going from a tape recorder through the line input. I'm not talented enough to make my own music. Okay. We've got a beetle. Has. I can has cheeseburger? Why is that what I immediately thought of? So I just realized I've not saved at all this stream. So that would probably be a smart thing to do. Chicken King says, if it was a big-ass AAA studio like EA, I would get it, but they are only an indie game studio. Whoa. Oh, get as in yar har fiddle dee dee. Honestly, I see no problem with yo-ho-hoing a game just to try it out. I will admit that's what I did for Long Drive, actually. I did sail the high seas for it, and then when I liked it, I bought the actual thing. Well, not really bought, since you don't own what you buy on Steam. I paid for a license to play it indefinitely. Yeah, that's the Valve-approved terminology. Yeah. BRB soon, okay. That's a lot of spray bottles. Ooh, I just realized something. Indefinitely. Yeah, indefinitely meaning until we decide that we don't want you to play it anymore and we take it from you, because screw you. We can make penguins another wife. Honestly, if games came physically, I would still buy physical games, but it does make getting updates a bit harder. Well, not a bit harder, very much harder. When we reset the objects and things, We kind of lost all the items we had in the car, so got to rebuild Penguin's wife. Let's turn collision off. Nice. Penguin says, did you lose or eat my sandwich? I think we lost that during the reset, but we will try and make it again. Although I will admit I might have had a nibble before that. Cave says, GOG needs a mass downloading tool, some kind of rsync plugin. Here's the sausage. Component of the sausage and bacon sandwich. Now we just need the bacon and the sandwich, which shouldn't be too difficult. Okay. When I was playing on the Xbox PC, every time there was a long drive update, I'd just burn it to a disk and run it from that. Because long drive is actually small enough to fit on a CD-ROM or CDR. Ooh, another leg. Fun fact for you. I kind of wish Blu-ray drives weren't so expensive because a lot of the games I play are ever so slightly too large to fit on a DVD. And of course DVD burners are still plentiful along with blank DVD media. But Blu-ray burners and media are much more expensive and much harder to come by. Michael1337, thank you for the follow. I love how people are still using leet stuff nowadays. Oh! Not to be judgy, but a crater seems like not a great spot to build your fuel station. Michael Leet Hacks says, I'm in. Wow, look at this. This is like entirely... There's a well in there that's been entirely eaten by these rocks. So there's so much windy audio, I have to keep talking over it. Compass, finally. I think we've seen a few compasses, but... Let's see if I can... Nice. Michael says, I've been playing the beta of The Long Drive. I still love this game. I'm playing the beta as well. It's amazing. And we've been getting so many updates recently as well. It's like they're spoiling us. Maybe they thought it would be a greater place to build a diner. Oh, come on. Give it. There we go. Perfect. Cave says, you can use rsync to do en masse transfers between computers or to from cloud storage. It would be nice if they had an endpoint for syncing all your games, then resyncing down updates. I guess there's GOG Galaxy, but that's more of a Steam clone. Cave says, I think Blu-ray media is now going out of production. Wow, really? Like, blank Blu-rays. I think it was Sony that stopped making blank media. Yeah, Sony did, and other manufacturers have followed suit in recent years. Although there's still plenty of leftovers out there, you know. I'm sure you could walk into almost any thrift store and find a pack of never used blank CDRs. But so that's not really a problem. But blank Blu-rays are much harder to come by because by the time they were sort of a thing, people had already kind of moved on from software on that sort of thing. Like there was a point where you could give someone a DVD with video burned on it, and they'd almost certainly be able to play it if they had a DVD player or a PC. But by the Blu-ray era, that was less of a thing, you know? If you gave someone a Blu-ray with, Blu-ray media burned onto it, there was no guarantee they could, like, really play it well. I mean, there was never a 100% guarantee, but far less likely. I know that the household I'm in, we never had a Blu-ray player. Never had one. It was DVD and then piracy, pretty much. That crazy person O says, this is a Kirby pissing emote. And hello to you too, that crazy person O. You are definitely living up to your username there. Cave says, there's going to be a Horizon Beyond, which all media is just going to be lost because there won't be any new media releasing on physical media. I reckon not lost entirely. People will always find ways to pirate stuff and preserve it, for the most part. But it will be, much harder for stuff like console-exclusive games, I reckon. I mean, consoles are kind of dying in anyway, so yeah. But yeah, there's going to be a time where it's impossible to buy a used copy of a movie or a TV show or a game or something. I mean, it's already impossible to buy a used PC game. I've told you all about the Portal 2 DVD story. I bought a used Portal 2 DVD, couldn't use it because the Steam code had already been redeemed. So guess what I did? I burned the disc. Not burned as in wrote to it. I set the disc on fire, and I pirated Portal 2 because, at the risk of my Steam account, fuck Valve. Blu-ray came out too close to be able to download stuff at a good speed for most anyhow, so no need for Blu-ray. I guess as a result, yeah. I mean, the PS3 sort of made it popular for movies and such, but there was never really a need for the average person to burn a Blu-ray disc, you know, like right to one. KF says, I also expect in the streaming future for there to be a whole new wave of DRM not seen since the early 2000s. I mean, there already is. Steam is DRM. Netflix has DRM. You can't take a screenshot of, like, Netflix or most streaming services. It just comes out black. It's a troubling trend for sure. A very troubling trend. That's part of the reason why I mostly play indie games, because they're usually not as egregious with it. For example, Voices of the Void. I'd say Voices of the Void, in its current state, could easily be like a $20 Steam game. But no, it's free and relies on donations. And sure, most people are never gonna donate. But the fact that the game is like, yeah, free, at least for the moment, I'm not sure if it'll be paid in the future. That's really special. You never see stuff like that anymore, you know? You mean beyond stuff like PavP and HDCP and Widevine? DRM is gonna get intense. Yeah, Sony rootkit scandal all over again. Except this time people will probably just take it. Something else, because Voices of the Void, you can play it for free without pirating or anything. That means it is super popular in countries where the $20 Steam game is like too expensive. Like low income areas and stuff like that. Which in turn has sort of propelled it to a new height of popularity and has really helped with localization and stuff as well. You can play Voices of the Void in like so many languages because of community translation efforts and stuff. And oftentimes that's not something you'd see for a game of that size if it was released for money on Steam or something. And it just goes to show how good the game is when it's free and people are still willing to give money for it just because they love it so much. That's how you know you've got a really dedicated community around your game. Cave says there was some terrifying stuff that Microsoft laid out in the initial pitch of their Pluton chip. I kind of think that Microsoft seems to be doing their best to try and push people to Linux. I know I'll be sticking with Windows 10 after the end of life. Until stuff stops supporting it, like we all know the Windows 7 diehards. Like in an office environment, having a cryptographic track of who each Word document originated from and who had accessed it, pitched as an anti-leak measure. That is kind of scary. I think yeah, when Windows 10 finally like dies for good, nothing supports it anymore, I'll probably yeah, switch to some form of Linux. I do have a machine that runs Windows 11, but that's only because it came pre-packaged with Windows 11. And I barely use it anyways. Oh, we have another Roadrunner situation here. Go around the mountain. Oh, that might be hard to get to. Well, would you look at that? Yep, there's no way this is climbing that. Cave says, wasn't that all that long ago I switched from Windows to Linux? I could definitely share my list of do this shits to set up a familiar environment steps. I reckon that would be quite helpful for a lot of people. My last Linux attempt, I tried to install a skin to make it look like Mac OS 9, and I couldn't for the life of me get it to work, even though it was supposed to be so simple. Oh, this might be an issue. You know, we're just gonna... we're gonna cheat a little bit. So it looks like the road didn't even go this way. Yeah, it continued this way. Just a teensy bit of cheating, you know? Nice. Nobody saw that. You didn't see anything. Penguin says, I once tried to put Linux onto an old Windows 7 laptop and couldn't get it working. Yeah, that's the Linux experience for most people. Michael Hack says, do it again, I wasn't looking. I do kind of hope there's a good retro-looking Linux out there that looks like a vintage operating system. Like old Windows or Mac OS or... Hell, I'd even take BOS or something. Another spare headlight. Always handy. Kev says, in my experience, it's worked pretty much everything except for weird netbooks with Intel Atoms. Yeah, what I tried it on was a Panasonic Toughbook. And I've got to admit, everything did work just fine. Like, all the hardware worked. It was just customizing it the way I wanted. Was a bit of an annoyance. Cave says, there's some of the bleeding edge Intel stuff. Sometimes takes a couple of years to get drivers for stuff like webcams and new Wi-Fi 6 stuff. Yeah, Linux and Wi-Fi has always been a bit of a... not a nice match. I think the first laptop I attempted to install Linux on, I couldn't get Wi-Fi working at all. Troubleshooted for hours, no Wi-Fi. So I installed Windows 7 and it got it working just fine. Though I will admit it works just fine with the Toughbook on Linux. That was a pleasant surprise. Hell, the Toughbook even had a touch screen, and Linux recognized that. funny thing is, I sold that exact tough book just today. I took it to the post office to send it off just before starting streaming. Penguin says, probably me not doing it right, but I did try for hours to get it working. Yeah, that's the Linux experience, at least back in the day. An old Windows 7 gaming laptop. I think I still have it somewhere. The funny thing is, if you download a version of a game without Steam, you know, pirating it, a lot of the time it'll still work on Windows 7. Steam is basically just a Chrome app, like a Chrome-based application. So it doesn't work on Windows 7 properly anymore because Google dropped support. But if you get a game without Steam, it'll more than likely run just fine. Wi-Fi on Linux is miles better than it was 10 years ago. I've had Wi-Fi chipsets where Linux works better than Windows. Yeah, just because Steam dropped support doesn't say it won't work. I mean, Steam might not work, but the games still do. In my opinion, if you pay for a game on Steam, it should be just fine for you to make a copy of that to use without Steam if you want. Because who wants to wait for Steam to open every time they launch a game and then show them advertisements? Cave says, these days, manufacturers land drivers in Linux not much more than a month or two after the hardware comes out, but it can take a year for a new version of some distro to ship with it. So you can like install it before then, but it'll take a while for stuff to come with it. Steam never works, biggest pile of crap on the net. There are worst game launches. Steam rose to the top for a reason, but it will suffer the same fate of enchitification as all online platforms do. Who can forget their child gambling tactics, you know? Very ethical. And they're still heralded as one of the best gaming companies around. Epic used to be garbage, but has gotten better. Here's a funny story. I think Valve got sued in Australia for the for maybe, was it the loot boxes? It was either the loot boxes or the unregulated child gambling, something like that. And they nearly lost the lawsuit because they didn't show up. They were contacted by like every address, email address, and phone number, and they didn't respond to anything. And then they found out they were getting sued because of a press release, and then they lost the lawsuit anyway because what they were doing was like morally kind of reprehensible. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Huh. Like an entire... What is this? That is a weird structure. When Gabe dies, I won't be surprised to see a messy internal power struggle at Valve. Yeah. That's gonna be kind of tough. Oh, we must be really high altitude at the moment. This is kind of beautiful. Kev says, I tend to stay away from Epic / Opera / most gacha games because of their ownership. Ah, yeah, China. That's fair enough. Though it's more a case of you get to choose which evil empire to give your money to. And chances are the other will get it anyway. Same can be said about Discord. Oh, don't get me started on Discord. There was a massive Discord outage yesterday, actually, that lasted a few hours. Not sure if anyone else here was online when it happened. But you couldn't send or receive messages or anything for a decent chunk of time. I think my favorite funny and sad thing about Discord is how for the longest time their maximum file size was 8 megabytes when other platforms had like 25, 50, 100 megabyte limits. And they wouldn't even try to compress anything. Like if it was 8.1 megabytes, it was like, nope, screw you. And then then what happened, it was like, alright, we'll get with the times, we'll raise it to 25 megabytes. So they raised it to 25 megabytes. And then a few months later they were like, okay, since nobody is really uploading files that are 25 megabytes, we're gonna reduce it. So they reduced it back to 10 megabytes and now, yep, same problems. Discord is 40% owned by the CCP. So it's like Reddit. A lot of things are. Yeah, the biggest thieves of data and child gambling are from the States. I mean, that's kind of a problem everywhere. Welcome back, chicken. Cave says outages have been going since Friday, but they never fessed up to it, even when it was obvious from their own average API latency graphs, e.g. rebooting things. I do kind of hope there's a Discord competitor at some point. I mean, there are some, but people don't really use them. There needs to be a mass exodus, Tumblr style. Rock, 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 rock. Chicken King says you're going well with your apprenticeship. Not bad. I'm not sure if it's really for me after all. I'm looking into jobs at the public service. Like library things. Maybe film and sound archive sort of stuff. Since a few of those have been posted recently. Compass is really interesting. Really shows how the road just doesn't go west all the time like it used to. Takes long curving paths. Penguin says, Discord, Steam, Twitch, Microsoft, Windows all have really no direct competition, sadly. Yeah. I mean, Windows has Linux, which is probably got a decent chance of eating up some of the market share, especially after Windows 10 kicks the bucket. And Twitch has Kick, but the problem is no one on Twitch wants to move to Kick because Kick is kind of an unmoderated cesspool. The platform I'd really like there to be a competitor to is YouTube. I'm on BitView, which is like a classic YouTube thing. Same username, and I don't upload VODs there though because there's a 15-minute limit. But I do upload little secret things, I guess you could say, that don't make it to my YouTube channel. Kick's getting better with moderation, better than Twitch has done when it was new. Maybe I should try streaming there again. I do have an account there. I also tried Odyssey, which is like a cryptocurrency-based thing, YouTube competitor. It was really hard, and it seems to be like the sign-up process was kind of messed up. Like, it told me to go to a Discord server, then I went to the Discord server. Like, yeah, nothing mentioning that was there, and not really a good platform in my opinion. Revolt is maturing though, at the point where it's at the point where people could use it. Oh no. Lag spike at the worst possible moment. As usual. And there goes my large headlight. Good thing we've got a few spares. I gotta say, the Twitter competitor seems to be going quite well. I'm not on it, because I'm not even on Twitter. But yeah, Blue Sky seems to be doing pretty decently. They had like a million users in a day recently sign up. Chicken says I won't be talking much because I'm doing online driving test stuff. No worries. I mean, turn off the stream and focus on that if you need to. Cave says, I've been having a time on Mastodon for the last couple of years. I'm on Space Hay as well, though I don't use it much. It's like a MySpace clone. Nothing we need from that. We'll make a save. Drive away from the building and then make a save. Twitter is great and needs to stay. Gives all the loudmouth twats no one wants to hear somewhere to go. That is true. Especially now it's like entirely unmoderated. Alright, make a save. Most of it. There we go. Cave says, looking at network analytics, looks like Mastodon's currently sitting around 9 million people. They briefly spiked up to 10 million a little while ago. I reckon it's gonna keep going up. What'll really kinda push it forward is corporations using it as well, I reckon. Because there are a lot of people who just follow companies on Twitter for some reason. For like announcements and stuff, I guess. Or to whinge at them when they have complaints. When some corporation buys Blue Sky in a few years, it'll probably drive Mastodon into space. Could do. Ruman says, YouTube is unwatchable with no ad blocker. Tried watching it on my telly a while back, never again. The solution to that is to, yeah, connect up an old laptop or something to play YouTube videos. Or use the Wii. I mean, that doesn't really give you HD though. Cave says, I'm surprised you could watch it on your TV, considering that Google loves to abandon old Android YouTube players. I mean, a lot of TVs, you can update as well, depending on how recent they are. Manufacturers only offer updates for like 2 years, if you're lucky. I mean, it kind of depends actually, because a lot of times it's like a mobile app, you know? Does that make sense? Like the phone can stop receiving updates, but the app still get updates. Google needs to go, that's just becoming a shit show, all ads. You're kind of ensuring I can't upload this one to YouTube without getting my channel striked. Can't badmouth YouTube's Lord and Savior, Google. I think my TV is like, well, not my TV, there's the family one in this household. I think that's like 5 years old. It's a Sony and it still gets app updates, but I don't think the software updates anymore. If I could get rid of any one big well-known company, what would it be? Is United States government an option? Google would definitely be up there. I mean, they might get broken up anyways. I think they've got a few antitrust lawsuits at the moment, like monopolization. Cave says, Google's a monopoly, and so there's nobody to compete against for having fewer ads and a more pleasant experience. That's just maximum profit extraction. I actually changed my search engine from Google a while back, because some of you may have noticed this. They've started putting a thing that automatically generates AI responses to all of your searches and sticks them right at the top of the page, so you have to scroll past the AI, all the ads, to get to actual results, which are probably not great anymore because it's been search engine optimized to death. Cave said I'd probably go for Google, but Amazon or Facebook would be tempting. Can't wait for Open Web Search EU to launch. Yeah. The AI is just like super egregious to me. Roman says, Sony are good, made to last, should get updates for a while. Ah yes, Sony, the company that was caught installing rootkits from music CDs and stored all of their users' passwords in a file named passwords in plain text. That Sony? The Sony whose employees sell customers' PlayStation accounts to hackers. That Sony? Kev says, there are cases against Google, but the US can't actually break a company up. They're not capable of it. Didn't know that. This pink sand, kind of cool. Penguin says, methinks I would get rid of Microsoft. It's never stable anyhow. And now you're getting more ads even if you pay for the stuff. I mean, that's every tech company, really. Stopped paying for YouTube Premium once they started doing ads on that. Okay, so it's been like 40 to 90 years since the USA broke a company up. They don't have the guts. It's funny because the United States says corporations are people, but I've never seen them execute a corporation. Bixiv, BXV. Yeah, YouTube Premium, it gets rid of all like the ads that play before videos, but there's a new feature that shows like all of the creators' sponsored merch in the sidebar, where like the up next videos usually go, and you still get that on Premium, so there's like no point in paying for it. Microsoft are bad, but they're not even close to the axis of evil they used to be. They're a bigger fish to fry, unless you're on Windows. Wow, we were really high up. It's like a full-on snow biome now. I wonder. Huh, cool. Ever seen someone make snowballs at 80 k's an hour?
Don't really think about anything.
Nice little dodge there. Well, not really a dodge. I'm not quite sure what that was. Oh. Hmm. Wow, 105 kilometers. Managed to do that distance quite a bit quicker than last time. Actually, wait, no. It's still an average of like 50 kilometers an hour, so not great. And speedrunning this game is going to be super hard when this update comes out. Do I have a question for everyone? Is there anything you'd like to see to improve these streams? Like, what would make these streams better? If anything. Should I have more gimmicky channel point stuff? Text-to-speech things? That sort of thing? Whoop. Penguin says, can you imagine when the first Microsoft self-driving car comes out? Car, take me to Tesco's. And the car promotes other supermarkets you may rather go to before it starts. Yeah. Yeah. And then in 2 years, the car's battery dies, and it's not replaceable, so you have to buy a new car. UK government are going to do a new study to see if the new headlights are a problem. It's going to take millions of pounds a year, when all it would take is one guy standing next to a road for 20 minutes. I mean, to be fair, how can you be sure all the cars driving past have the new headlights? They have to, like, rent a track or something, wait for it to be night, and then drive new cars around with the guy standing there. So it's a bit more complicated. Not sure if it's millions of pounds a year complicated, but yeah, you know what governments are like. New car's not got that problem? What do you mean? They don't have the new headlight issue. You mean like people putting LEDs in old cars? Your car's headlights change how high and bright they are. Ah, clever. Citroen, yeah, the Citroen DS from like the 60s or something. Yeah, 50s or 60s. The headlights pointed in the direction you turned the wheel, which I always thought was amazing. Penguin says, yeah, I'm definitely getting blinded more at night when driving for sure. It's a problem. You know what needs to happen? They need the orange headlights, like France used to have. That'd fix it. RUD, R-U-D. What's more annoying is the fact that streetlights are blinding now too, because they're all white LEDs rather than orange sodium vapor lamps. That's something I've noticed. Penguin says, time to lurk and work. Have a good one. No worries, Penguins. Thank you for stopping by. Ads in a minute, by the way. I think. I'm not sure. Hey, if anyone has any, what was I gonna say? Yeah, raid suggestions. Feel free to share raid suggestions. I'm always on the lookout for stream suggestions as well, like stuff I could do to improve the stream. That's something I've really been wanting to look into more recently. So I really don't know what people yeah, like or would like to see, so if you have any suggestions, yeah, feel free to let me know here or in the Discord. Oh, cactus field. It's funny how the desert can have like no cacti at all for quite a while, and then it suddenly has many cacti. And many rocks once again. Ruman says, I changed my car's name to Kit. LOL, you have to say hello, Kit, for the voice commands. Nice Knight Rider reference. Just be sure not to change it to Christine. Really don't want to do that. That would be a bad idea. Okay, it looks like we're leaving the snow biome behind us. Heading downhill again. It would be really interesting to set an AI driver loose in this game. Because I know there's an AI traffic mod. But it doesn't work in this version because it's still, this is still a beta. Oh. Yep, you can tell I've been driving for a while. The spinouts are occurring. Looks like the road branches off again here, in a few different directions. I do wonder if the road just loops around, like to the starter house. I guess we will find out. Well, not this stream, but eventually. Looks like we're heading back into the hills, actually. Interesting. well just pop this one in. Sure, the other one's around somewhere. The golf gauges really do look good in this car. It's a shame there's no oil gauge. So you can't tell when the oil's getting low when you're using these two in this particular vehicle. If they bring in crash damage, I'm gonna have a hard time. I sure am. Like, I'll be driving along with all windows smashed. Dents everywhere. Like, I'll have to switch vehicles at every stop. Deaf. I guess that means the voice commands in this particular Golf don't work, because it is apparently deaf. Gotta admit, voice assistants feel like that most of the time. Especially if you have an accent. Okay, we've got a football. 2 crates at once. We're still looking for things for Carhol, because he needs, whatchamacallits, the partitions for vans, because he uses those to make windows on his little camper thing. Carl's another long drive streamer, by the way. Well, not just long drive, but many other games as well. None here though, so we'll keep going. Oh, wow, 2 buildings at once again. This is becoming a lot less remarkable than it used to be. Because it's quite common. We've got an orange Skoda. HJE. Water and water. Let me guess. Water? No, diesel. Huh. Be free. Said be free. There we go. As nasty as the Skoda can be, it is one of my favorite cars in the game. Yep. Round's doing that glitchiness again. Yeah, I have an empty shotgun. Few elephants. Cigarettes. Fuel, don't mind if I do. And I reckon we'll skip that one. The elephants? Yep. That's a very inside long drive joke. The inflatable giraffes are called elephants in the game's code. So people like to call them elephants. It is actually unknown why they are referred to as elephants in the game's code, but they are, so people call them elephants. kind of funny. One of those little indie game quirks. Bus stop. And imagine a bus on this terrain. That'd be borderline undoable. Shall we have some poetry on the radio, or do people prefer no music or anything?
There is hardly anyone out there. Watch out for those nasty hornets, though. They can grow
Hornets?
quite big. But let us all calm down.
Sneak peek at a future enemy? Hornets? I wonder. Nice little spin there. Is that a box buried in the road? Yep. Whoa. Sure was. What was in it? We shall never know. It shall remain a mystery of the universe. Excuse me? It's more like it. Getting dark again. Dusk in this game is quite nice actually. Hard to see where you're going though. Have to get into the habit of turning the lights off and the ignition off before going to sleep. I'm preparing for when they add batteries to this game, which is probably not too far off. And it's very likely that, yeah, going to sleep with the batteries, with the lights on, will drain the batteries, so Try to protect against that. That was an interesting rock encounter. Instead of ping-ponged right off. Whoops. And how many headlights do we really need? Should probably attach these to a metal bar, actually. That way they'll never fall off. You know what I still need to play? I still need to play Pacific Drive. I know like everyone's finished that game at this point, but I've still yet to launch it. I know it's more story based. It still seems like fun. And it's a horror game as well. Not horror like this game is, but actual spooky, scary horror, from what I've heard. Where the hell is that odometer? Did we lose that? Might have lost that. There's a hole. Things can just like fall out the back of the car here. Huh. Weird. Right up there it is, hiding behind the mirror there. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Huh. Yeah, it looks like the golf one might be gone. thing likes to stall. Sort of, I guess if you like rev it up a bit and then let off immediately, it sort of goes back too far and then stalls. This time at idle's fine though. Idles. Roman says, I was liking that Pacific Drive and never did see the ending. Everyone was playing it at one point, yeah. I've definitely missed the boat on it though. Maybe I can play it in like 10 years for Pacific Drive Revisited or something like that. But in reality it's the first time I've played it. Ooh, binoculars, they could be handy. Roman says, play it now, I might catch the ending. And not enough time left on the stream for me to play it. I'm not sure how long it takes. Wonder if anyone's speedrun it yet. It does seem quite story-based, so maybe maybe there's like, yeah, no faster way to do it. Keep it in the back of the mind though, if I'm ever strapped for something to play. What I need to do as well is play my summer car before my winter car comes out. My winter car coming out, that's a nice joke. Pacific Drive is a good game, worth a run through. Yeah. I'll definitely give it a try at some point. It's just a matter of finding the motivation and being in the mood, you know. Most days I'm just in the mood for some regular long drive or something. It has a car you could crash. Well, that seals the deal. It's a station wagon as well. Oh, there's a bump. There's a dip. Okay, that was much less of a disaster than I expected. Yep, still got all the headlights. Yeah, we good. I so hope there's a seat out there with the road going straight through one of these archways. That'd be so awesome. You know we gotta drive through it. You know we do. There's a bit of a lip apparently. Huh. Tree. Definitely on a downhill descent. With the garage. Curious as to what buildings they'll add in the future, if any. This is so satisfying to break. Yep, as usual, nothing in here we really need. Yeah, that was about it. Oh, that one's nasty. I thought for sure we'd miss that. Very famous last words there. Not too hard to whack everything back together though. Yep, everything's still in place. Put that down. I can't remember who told me that you can press the middle mouse button to let go of something you have equipped while sitting in the car. But whoever told me that, thank you so much. I'd played the game for years and never known that. Okay, time to sleep. Thought it was gonna hit that rock for a second. I think it should be okay to leave the engine running while you sleep, just not the lights with the engine off. Of course, at the moment it doesn't matter. This is just practicing for when they do add batteries into electrical systems. Are they adding them then? Yeah, they have confirmed that they're going to be adding batteries and alternators and things. Why did I say alternators like alternators? Yeah. Yeah, they've confirmed they're going to be adding those things at some point. We don't know when, but I'm assuming it's going to be fairly soon since we've been getting a whole bunch of updates recently. And that's a feature they'll probably want to put in the beta before the final game. Oh. Rocks, rocks, rocks. This game is a long way off release. It's less polished now than when it first came out. I don't think so. It had no polish at all when it first came out. When it first came out, none of the inventory things had icons. Like, there were no icons in the inventory at all. You couldn't see what you had there. Sure, it's definitely rough around the edges. But it's definitely an improvement from what it was originally as well. I mean, it's a long way off full release, I will admit. It's still in early access, and this is the... what I'm playing right now is the beta version of an early access. When I said full release, I meant they're gonna probably add the electrical systems into this version of the game, the beta. And they're gonna see how that goes, and then they're gonna put it into the non-beta version. If that makes sense, but that is just a guess. Sorry if there's background noise on the microphone. Sorry if there is background noise on the microphone. I've been messing around with the filters a bit, and there aren't any at the moment. Mentioned that earlier in the stream though, because I was recording music through the line input. Oh, yep, another UFO. First one this stream actually, but second one in a few days. Have yet to see any on the road. I don't think they travel on the road anymore. What do we have up here? Some... Huh, look at that, it matches my my shoes almost. Sliding door, that's kinda useless for the vehicle we're driving. That. Classic feature. That's about it, nothing really out this... Oh. Fuel, yes please. There is something useful after all. Interesting cloud cover at the moment. So, not really too out of the ordinary, come to think of it. It's not like it changes much in this game. LVA, Ulva. We've got a bike. That's kind of an uncommon spawn. Especially in a spot where the car normally spawns. Alright, we'll set that free. Didn't even check the tanks that time, whoops. No parts in here, another door. I think that's the non-sliding version. Once again, not something we really need. Ooh, unlucky. The car can't even move. Oh, it's running away now. No. No. Gotcha. Just need to whack this back in. Whack these back on. That was easily the most destructive accident this stream. That's a lot of damage, as the title says. Zimi says, good day, dial-up. Good day to Zimi. Hope you are going well. We've just been doing some driving as usual. Driving, crashing, all that fun stuff. Let's take a shortcut through this rock minefield. Wait, no, wrong road. There we go, that's better. Zim says, doing good, only just work. How was long drive since the updates? It's very enjoyable. We've had a few more updates recently, like I think on the 13th. So that's quite nice. And yeah, I'm looking forward to where they go with the game from here. I'm kind of hoping we get a Christmas update, like we used to years and years ago. I think before I even started playing the game. Good to hear. It's good to hear you're going well as well. If I didn't say that already, I might have. Sometimes I forget things sorry. Sometimes I forget things I've said right after I say them. Sort of strange. Yeah, you have the same thing. Interesting little quirk of my definitely human brain. Hang on, do we have another road leading into a mesa here? Looks like we might. We sure do. That means we have to go around the mountain again. And there it is. Traveled a decent distance this stream, nearly 100 kilometers, I think. Well, no, more than 100 kilometers, nearly 200, maybe 150. I don't know for sure. We lost the odometer. I had to switch to another one, which yeah, hadn't been counting. JFO, JFO. revolver. I thought you can sort of launch things with these. Like that. Off it goes. Who knows where it went? Dazimi asks, will there be a new speedrun attempt with the new road layouts, and is it still around the 5,000 kilometer mark? We're not quite sure how it'll work, since this update isn't fully released yet. It's still in beta. General consensus seems to be that the full game percent will be as long as the road is, like as long as the lights go for. Which might be more this time, although it's kind of impossible to tell until someone actually does it. Yeah, there's a decent chance most speedruns end up being longer in this version of the game, so might have to do some balancing. And there is supposed to be there is supposed to be another faster car coming soon, so that might balance things out as well. Sorry, just stretching a bit. Been sitting at this computer for nearly 3 hours now. Might need to take a break soon. Zimmy asks, I see, sounds cool. Oh, says, I see, sounds cool. Well, looking forward to the future of the game. Yep, no matter what happens, it's gonna be interesting. Oh. There's a new speedrun category at the moment already, which is pretty cool. %. It was added yesterday and is already being, yeah, pretty much optimized. Then we'll see how things go. I'm planning to do my own run in that category at some point. Probably not this stream though. Rocks are thinning out a bit. I stand corrected. I stand very much corrected. There go all but 2 of the headlights. There'll be plenty of replacements in the future though. Does that have to be in a straight line? No, just following the road. Although I think it would have to be on the road with the lights on it. Since that's sort of the main road, you know? This mouse I'm using has a button on it to adjust the sensitivity, and I always press it by accident when I mean to middle click. And then I wonder why the mouse is suddenly more sensitive. How long would keeping the timer running work in that run, since I imagine it's going to take a few days to complete? Yeah, it probably would take a few days, so yeah, I'm not sure about that. This is all hypothetical, since no one's done a run in this version of the game yet, and it's still in beta, so runs in this version aren't really, official. Will be interesting when this does fully release, though. And when I say fully release, I mean come out of beta and just go into regular early access, like the normal build of the game. Yeah, definitely exciting possibilities ahead. Especially when they add stuff like batteries and alternators and things. More things to maintain. More buildings maybe. More items and such. Have you seen the tape measure in this game? It's really cool. I've got one here. I'd say one of the most interesting tools they've added yet. Look at this. So I can whack it onto something. And then use it to climb. How cool is that? Ah, that's not even the best part. Can use it to bring stuff to you. You can get really good at it as well. Yeah, and when you rewind it too fast, it hurts you. Kind of funny. Very creative. I'm glad they added this. Anyways, what do we have here? Some fuel. 14 liters of 14 liters of it, to be exact. We'll just pop it in the tank. Nice. Zax. XAX. Another Skoda. Skodas seem to be quite popular today, or quite common to spawn. Yeah, purely random, so... Oh, I should have pinched its headlights. Ah, well. Oh, never mind. There's some more headlights right here. They'll do just fine. Whack these in. And a motorbike. Which is kind of interestingly placed. Zimi says, "Ooh, I would ride that motorbike. Looks cool. Do they ride well?" They're okay. Not the fastest things in this game, and there's not many opportunities for engine upgrades, considering they're air-cooled only. Yeah, they're not bad. Could certainly do worse. Seems like a fitting vehicle for a journey like this. Nothing like the freedom of a bike. I mean, does cut back on the hoarding abilities somewhat. And if you knock it over, it's hard to get back on its wheels. Listen to those collision sounds. Always these two headlights as well. Alright, welcome back in. Hoarding is a key feature of this game. Do bikes allow towing? No. Can't tow with a bike. Only with cars. Nice, sad. You thought they had a way around the hoarding? Yeah. Cars are kind of the better option for the moment. I mean, you can put stuff in baskets and attach them, but that grows unwieldy real quick. Right, time for sleep. Nice straight road. Starts looking like a discount bat bike. Yeah. Ooh, right into that rock. Oh, it's only ever the headlights that fall out. Well, not only, but headlights are the most likely to fall out. Guess that's because all the hubcaps are long, long gone. Green. Oh, that must mean there's a grass biome up ahead. Oh. And looks like the road goes straight into him again. Yeah, look at that. Changes to grass. Yep, gonna have to go around. As usual. Ooh, check that out. Don't mind if I do. Pinch these for later. Oh, there's ours. Oh yeah, we do know how far we've traveled. Hang on, where is it? 136 plus 62. Not terrible. It's been a while since the last save as well. Wow, a diner as well. Funny how the game spawns vehicles, buildings so close to each other after not spawning any for dozens of kilometers. CVC, huh, it's the same model as ours. Well, I'll take these. I was hoping to land on that. Good enough. Might wrap things up soon, maybe, maybe not sure. If you have any raid suggestions, let me know. More buildings close together. Very curious. We'll skip those ones. But you know what, we might park here and explore them next stream, you know? Okay. Let's see who is online. Late Gate is. Who's playing Long Drive at the moment? Super Pancho VT. Yep. Locust 4402. Right, we'll raid them. They're playing Long Drive as well. Why not? Been going at it for longer than I have. Kazemi says, not a large amount of people on my list, just a 420 guy playing Chrono Trigger. That sounds good too. But we'll raid this guy who's playing Long Drive. Right, I hope you all enjoyed this stream. It was a pretty good stream. Thank you to Michael Leetax for the follow. That's such a good username. Feel free to stick around for the raid. You get some channel points for it. And yeah. That'll be it for now. Bye.